It's no secret that Japan is a weird country. I mean, we're weird too, just look at me. But this island chain, best known to a lot of people for anime and rape porn, it's just on a whole other level. And I'm not just talking about this motherfucker. And even to those people, 68% of them according to one of the latest polls. This recent scandal centered on Ake Abe, the wife of Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, has been such a big grab on the sushi. They're basically all like this right now.
Alright, thank you, Cass.
Thank you, everybody. Strong hands.
Hi, it's Yoongnao. I'm a musician and former journalist from Seoul, South Korea. It all began in December last year when this creepy video surfaced on the East Asian media cycle. It's taken from a field day at a kindergarten in Osaka, and they thought fucking PewDiePie was trying to be a Nazi. The foundation that controls these up-and-coming young heroes is called the Morimoto Institution, and it's run by Kagoike Yasunori, who served as a board member for the Nippon Kaigi, in English, the Japan Conference, Japan's biggest far-right nationalist and religious organization. Now, both nationalism and religion don't sound so bad, right? But if you know the very vividly bloody history of the Japanese Empire, you realize this grassroots group isn't that cute like the Tea Party or Breitbart. The Kaigi is basically at the center of today's Japanese politics. Shinzo Abe serves as a special advisor with 15 of his 18 main cabinet members from the organization. Among its 38,000 members, 281 were known to have national dioceses, which is 38% of the 722 members in total. No wonder the spirit of Shinto is so powerful over there. Seeing Japan is kinda like watching Split. One day it's all cute and lovely, and the next they eat people, and after that they go back to worshipping the worst humanitarian criminals of history from World War II. So while the Kaigi board member was controlling the whole business, in 2014, Ake Abe was given the position of honorary principal for a new private elementary school. Honor.
What do you know about honor?
Although the official final name of the school was Mizuho no Kunikine Shogaku-in, Mizuho means harvest because rice. When the institution started collecting money that year after Ake was apparently so touched when she heard the kindergartner praising her husband for, quote, protecting Japan. Mizuho was originally Shinzo Abe. So from the beginning, it was controversial among the sane Japanese people because the whole plan obviously reminded of North Korea, which has an unbeatable reputation when it comes to raising children. I mean, if they even manage to decide to raise them. And then the actual corruption happened in June last year and was revealed in February this year, as if the institution wasn't already damaging the whole country's image with China and Korea by trashing the two neighboring countries. Although, at this point in this moment, none of us in East Asia can say they're proud of themselves. Someday we'll all have to import our leaders like the Great Wall. So if you're from the West and want the next throne in North Korea, start working on the accent now. The bombshell story was that Morimoto bought very expensive land in Toyonaka City, which was owned by the Kansai Region's Finance Bureau, so it's state-owned property, at 134 million yen, which is about 1.2 million in US dollars. But the land's value was actually estimated at 956 million yen. So the institution only paid 14% to get a place in one of the highest priced areas in Osaka. What a discount. So either they had the craziest coupon lady with a coup, or the higher level government run by this lady was involved in the transaction. And even that money was sponsored by the state. So 0 yen. Abe is truly the Doraemon of the neo-militarists. The department's first excuse in February was the land had an enormous amount of garbage underground, so the possible expenses for its disposal were deducted. So the people tried to calm down, but the Kagoike guy, remember the head of Morimoto, added oil on the dying fire by disclosing in interviews that the expenses were only about 100 million yen, not 819 million as the Finance Bureau said they calculated. Also, he was threatened by the Bureau to lay low about the scandal. And on top of that, Shinzo gave him a bribe of 1 million yen. One drama after another. Of course, the cabinet's approval rating dropped hard with that, losing 10% points, which is known as the biggest fall since the cabinet's second beginning in 2012. But the rating recovered soon in April. What helped? Kim Jong-un, aka the crushed Easter Bunny, because the nukes.
Shoulder to shoulder, the president and the prime minister. The bond between them sealed by a North Korean ballistic missile. It's Pyongyang's first missile test since President Trump took office. Launched into the Sea of Japan just as Trump sat down to dinner with his Japanese counterpart.
According to the South Korean military, the missiles were launched from the Tongchang-ri region near the North's border with China. All landed in waters off Japan's northwest coast.
The ballistic missile fired this time shows clearly that North Korea has become a new kind of threat.
Yet another ballistic missile overnight, part of an escalating series of tests. The newest missile was launched from the country's east coast. It flew about 280 miles before landing in the sea off the coast of Japan.
Traditionally, the conservative politics in both Japan and South Korea always get a certain kind of momentum when the North escalates tension, because military confidence is still recognized as the most vital sign of the country to all three peoples. Even I went to the army because I wanted to protect my country so bad. Or I was forced like any other. You decide. I mean, I spent most of my duty hours napping for 1.5 years, so I'm at least healthy as fuck thanks to that. So yes, Abe seems to have escaped the crisis for the moment, but no one can be sure if the government still has the people's trust when the latest polls show that the majority of them think the cabinet has moral flaws. Meanwhile, Aki has been additionally accused of leaking the classified information about the land's transaction as a public official, and this has sparked another controversy about whether she can be defined as a public official or she's just a private person, as the government is explaining in their defense. But then it was also recently revealed that she took other public officials on her trip to her farm in the past. So she's kind of Japan's Ivanka Trump, except she at least actually works on her products. Or not, maybe she just let the government officials plow the field. Maybe that's the real secret job of all those very Trump staffers too. Plowing for the girl. War history aside, Japanese people mostly come across as polite and respectful, which is nice between people. But is that trait also politically desirable when democracy is all about endless fights to solve conflicts? Japan is asking themselves that question by re-examining a word which has gotten a lot of attention lately with this scandal. Sontaku, meaning to guess, or in the Japanese context, to do the other's will before hearing what they want. Like the Finance Bureau handed out the state-owned land for free to a school building project. Some people think this describes the whole Japanese society because since the rule of Abe, Japan's entertainment, journalism, and even science have been criticized for being voluntarily subordinate to his agenda of constitutional amendment. So is Japan a truly democratic society or still a disguised nation of samurai? I have no fucking idea. Thank you for watching. See you next week too. I'm Yongna.